Before we get started, I'd like to thank staff from both the county's Department of Parks and Department of Environmental Facilities for working so hard to put this event together and contacting all of you and making sure you got here on time. We have Commissioner of the Department of Environmental Facilities, Vinnie Kopicki, is back here. I'd also like to thank Commissioner Catherine O'Connor from the Parks Department. Before we get started, I'd also like to acknowledge we have some members of the county's Board of Legislators here. Catherine Parker, Majority Leader. Catherine. Majority Whip, Mary Jane Shimsky, is also here. And representing District 2, Kit Lee Koval. The chair of the Board of Legislators, Ben Boykin, also expressed his regrets that he couldn't be here and wished everyone well as well. But at this time, it's my honor to introduce a very special guest. Would you please join me in welcoming Westchester County Executive George Latimer.
Well, thank you. It's nice of us all to be here as we sweat amongst the stars. Global warming, I guess, made manifest. But it's a great honor to be here with so many friends, so many people that I know, and for the years that you've been working hard, that this is our first opportunity to recognize some of the outstanding work that's going on. Many of us talk about environmental issues. We consider ourselves environmentalists. That's the language we use whenever we talk about policy. But what we're honoring today are people that have made a tangible improvement, a tangible contribution to the environmental protection in our society. And that's not to be underestimated, because any of us who understand in government or in the various not-for-profit organizations how hard it is to take an idea and make it an actual fact. And so many times you run into implementation problems. Money is always an issue. Convincing people that something you want to do makes sense to them. And it's important to realize that it requires overcoming obstacles and persistence. And sometimes persistence in the face of your own self-doubt that something that we're going to launch is really going to work. It's going to actually make a tangible difference and improvement. And some of the statistics we're looking at today really shows that improvement has happened because of people in this audience and because of people who are going to be recognized. In some of our statistics before us, we had a 50% recycling rate last year in 2017. The national rate is 34.6%. So Westchester County, and this is prior to my involvement, so I take no personal credit for these numbers, 50% recycling in Westchester County, 34.6% is a nationwide rate. 6,000 tons of residential garbage reduced in production from 1 year to the next, and that's a sign of how much is going into a recycling stream, and we're on the cusp now of a host of programs that's going to increase the amount of recycling with food waste recycling, much of which will be discussed today. 3 of our municipalities are being recognized with ECHO Awards for posting the highest curbside recycling rates in the county. And that's worth a round of applause. Those are tremendous results. It costs the county over $91 to dispose of a ton of garbage, and that's 6,000 tons that are saved from being part of it that I just referenced. You do the multiplier, that's a savings of over $500,000. That's a significant savings. So it's not only economic sense, it's environmental sense, it's economic sense as well. And there are 2 municipalities that are being recognized for starting their voluntary food scrap recycling programs. And I saw a program in Scarsdale and Mamaroneck Town and Rye Brook and all these places. This is an idea whose time has come. I remember literally 30 years ago when we launched the curbside recycling for plastic, metal, and my mom and dad were alive at the time, and I had to go down and have a long discussion with my mom about what it would take to get accustomed to putting glass and plastic in a separate place from the normal garbage stream. And it took a little while because she had lived a long number of years doing it a certain way. But we're all going to have to adjust to change, and that change has a positive result. As we've mentioned, it's a financial change to it, and it's also a change in terms of what its impact is on our environment. And in the years to come, as different technology becomes available to us, we have to embrace it. We have to be willing to invest resources, time and energy, and money into new technologies that in the long run will help us have a more sustainable planet. So I'm happy and proud to be part of something that has so many different faces to it, all the faces that I see in front of me, all the innovation that you brought to the table, much of which is going to be recognized today. So congratulations to the winners, and more importantly, congratulations to everybody that saw an opportunity and took the time and the energy and effort to drive through something. In the long run, the planet appreciates what you're doing. So congratulations, and congratulations to the winners.
Thank you. So let's get started with the awards. As the county executive said, the first 3 awards are going to the municipalities that posted the highest curbside recycling rates in 2017. And when we talk about curbside recycling rates, we're only talking about the recyclables that all of you put out at the curb for collection by your sanitation departments. So your paper and cardboard, your glass, your plastic, your metals. To achieve a 30% curbside recycling rate is actually quite extraordinary, because you're not counting the really heavy materials yet. You're not counting bulk metals and construction and demolition debris and rock and dirt, which also count as recyclables. So to get 30% recycled just at curbside is truly amazing. So the first award for achieving the highest municipal curbside recycling rate in Westchester County in 2017 goes to the town of Bedford. And here accepting on behalf of the town, we have Lee Roberts, the Executive Director of Bedford 2020, and Public Works Commissioner Kevin Wynn, and Midge Iorio. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're excited to be here and excited for the town of Bedford. I'm here with Don Scott, a councilman, and unfortunately our supervisor, Chris Burdick, wasn't able to attend. I'm Deputy Supervisor Lee Roberts, and this is Midge Iorio, Executive Director of B2020, our partners in all environmental endeavors. We're very proud of our efforts. We've really ramped up our recycling via the ability to have single stream where everything can go together, and that has really helped our efforts. So we're very proud to receive this, and we thank the county and the county executive.
I guess pictures are part of the process.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For achieving a municipal curbside recycling rate of 33% in 2017, the town of Lewisboro, and accepting on behalf of Lewisboro is Supervisor Peter Parsons.
Thank you.
The mic is yours.
Thank you for recognizing something important. George, thank you. Obviously, I am just a token here, because this is a result of the work of every single resident of Lewisboro who has contributed towards this. Without the residents working towards it, it doesn't happen. And quite honestly, without Bedford 2020's example and Lee Roberts' encouragement from next door, it might not have happened either. Thank you.
Oh, they're looking that way? You're not putting rabbit ears behind my head, are you? Over to the right, not that one. Yeah. All good? One more, Peter, one more to go. Right, we good?
Thank you.
No, there's a guy there with a camera.
Hope you're not part of the witness.
Yeah, but in a different country.
For achieving a municipal curbside recycling rate of 30% in 2017, the City of Rye, and accepting on behalf of the city, Public Works Director Ryan Coyne.
I know better than to try to match the eloquence of Lee Roberts and Peter Parsons, so I will just say thank you, George, and thank you to the county.
Let's do it again with Catherine Parker, County Legislator, representing Rye and the Rye resident.
Thank you. Congratulations, Ryan.
In the fall of 2017, Mamaroneck and the town of Mamaroneck and village of Larchmont kicked off a voluntary food waste recovery program. Residents can now collect food scraps in their home and bring it to Maxwell Avenue collection site, from which it's transported to a composting facility. For launching a voluntary food scrap recycling program in 2017, this award goes to the town of Mamaroneck, village of Larchmont. Accepting the award from the town of Mamaroneck, we have Steve Altieri, the Mamaroneck Town Administrator, Susan Odierna, Sustainability Coordinator, Karen Kaur, Sustainability Volunteer, Arlene Novick, Sustainability Volunteer, Clarence Gaddis, Sanitation Foreman, and Frank Giordano, Deputy Foreman. From the village of Larchmont, we have Mayor Lorraine Walsh, Trustees Carol Casaza Herman, Malcolm Froman, and Peter Finelli, and intern Wade Steely. Oh, I'm sorry. And we have Mamaroneck Town Supervisor Nancy Seligson.
That's okay. Thank you very much to the county. We are really excited to be here. Obviously, we brought everyone because it takes everyone to do this. So Lorraine Walsh, Mayor of the Village of Larchmont, and I, the Supervisor of the Town of Mamaroneck, are the trustees for the Joint Sanitation Commission between the Village of Mamaroneck and the Town of Mamaroneck and the Village of Larchmont. I have to say that this started when the Journal News had a front page article showing that Scarsdale was doing food waste recycling. I grabbed it, went screaming into the office of Town Administrator Steve Altieri, and he said, "I know, you want to do this." But to his great credit, and really to the credit of our foreman, Clarence Gaddis, and Deputy Foreman, Frank Giordano, they all three were on board immediately and really worked with us to craft and create this program. We could not have done it without Karen Kaur, volunteer extraordinaire. She is not for hire or sale. You couldn't give me enough money to buy her off. And Arlene Novich. The two of them have really single-handedly made sure that this program works in the town of Mamaroneck and village of Larchmont. And we thank them every day because they work every day on it. So thank you to all the trustees. Thank you to all the staff, especially big thank yous to our fabulous volunteers and to the county for recognizing this program. We hope that it will become countywide soon. We think that it has been very exciting and successful in our communities. We have over 400 resident families participating so far. We are collecting over 2,000 pounds of food waste every week. So it really is a terrific achievement, and it really excites the residents to participate in this program. Thank you. So we brought our food kits. We thought this would be good props for photo ops. But these are the kits that residents use to collect their food waste, and
Countertop kit.
yeah, and our brochures. So let's all squeeze together if we can. Come on in. Yeah.
Microphone. I can.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting us all come. Thank you for having us all.
Earlier this year, the town of Greenburgh, in partnership with the Greenburgh Nature Center, launched their own voluntary food waste recycling program. Residents in the town can collect food scraps in countertop pails and dump the contents into a dumpster at a local park, from which it's transported to a composting facility. So for launching a voluntary food scrap recycling program in 2018, the town of Greenburgh, in partnership with the Greenburgh Nature Center, accepting is Margaret Goldberg, Executive Director of the Greenburgh Nature Center.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm speaking on behalf of the leadership of the town of Greenburgh. I know that Paul Feiner, our town supervisor, certainly regrets that he cannot be here today. I do want to recognize our DPW Commissioner, Victor Carosi, our Parks Commissioner, Jerry Byrne. It certainly is wonderful to see that they are supportive of our efforts. It's a beginning stage. We look forward to future steps with the county. We appreciate this recognition, and thank you very much.
One for the Nature Center and one for the town. Just step out from off of here so they can get a shot. Get copies.
Hold it. We good?
We're good.
Okay.
The town of Somers has been named by New York State as a climate-smart community for its commitment to sustainability. Recent projects include the acquisition of an electric vehicle for the town fleet, construction of electric vehicle charging stations, and the planned installation of solar panels at the highway garage. For being designated a climate-smart community by New York State and demonstrating a commitment to sustainability, this award goes to the town of Somers, and accepting on behalf of the town of Somers is Supervisor Rick Morrissey.
Well, as many of us here, as elected officials, the town of Somers is run by its volunteers. Without our volunteers, we'd be in a heck of a lot of trouble. And which points to the formation of a number of years ago of our Somers Energy and Environment Committee. This committee got together and a synergy erupted from them where they came in with many, many ideas, the least of which have been the electric car. We're benchmarking our utility rates now. We're publicizing them for the public to see. And our efforts have not ended. We're continually looking for grants for solarizing. We have our highway garage is scheduled to get a solar array put on it. So Somers is the northernmost point of Westchester County. And as a supervisor, I have a full-time job trying to keep the lights on up there. So we had an outage last night of close to 2,000 people. So. But kudos goes out to our Somers Energy and Environment Committee, and on behalf of them, my pleasure to accept this award.
Uh-oh, I'm back, Rick.
We're gonna have to clear that podium for you. You good?
Thank you.
Yeah, Rick, is it?
No,
Good.
we're good.
Okay.
How much is still left? What percentage?
We're back on that.
Founded in 2016, Reunion Foods in Irvington offers affordable, organic animal proteins with an emphasis on healthful food choices, animal welfare, and environmental sustainability. It utilizes a back-to-the-earth approach in raising and selecting organic beef, lamb, and poultry. For a commitment to healthful food choices, animal welfare, and environmental sustainability, this award goes to Reunion Foods in Irvington, and accepting on behalf of that business, Jessica Mosner Cerullo, co-founder.
We are truly honored to be recognized by our community. When my two brothers and I founded Reunion Foods, community was so much a part of what we are about and what our mission is, which is bringing people together and uniting them around the table through better food for a healthier lifestyle. We believe in the opportunity for everyone, no matter what your socioeconomic status is, to be able to have access to affordable organic meats. So thank you so much for this honor.
That way.
Oh, sorry.
Check off all the hard work being a mom.
Eco Bags in Ossining opened in 1989 with the goal of producing quality bags at a great price so that reusable becomes a way of life. Eco Bags introduced their first bags at the 1990 Earth Day celebration in New York City, and the company believes that bringing reusable bags to stores is the first step of many towards reducing waste. Accepting this award on behalf of Eco Bags, we have founder and CEO Sharon Rowe.
So this is really cool, thank you. So in 1989, I had a crazy, tiny idea. I had this idea that everybody should bring their own bags to the store. And I started with these unique string bags that were just recently featured in New York Magazine, so now it's cool. And I just want to say, since 1989, it's been a really long road, but I've watched Ireland adopt legislation, I've watched England adopt legislation, I watched when it turned in San Francisco, and now it's getting closer and closer to home. I know there's a number of villages in the county that have adopted reusable bag legislation. I actually promote the fee over ban. And I know right now, Croton, Pleasantville, and Ossining are considering it. So what I want to do is just challenge you to bring your own bags to the store. And when you do that, think about where the bags are made and who made them, and make sure they're made with a clean supply chain, which means they're made responsibly and sustainably. And additionally, say no to plastic-covered cauliflower. If that drives you as nuts as it drives me nuts, just don't buy the things that are coated and wrapped in single-use wasteful plastics. Thank you.
We'll get everybody.
Oh boy, it's really hard. It's so dark right there. Here we go.
Where are we going now?
Down front. You good? Got it?
Okay, now there. You know, I'm just going to.
It's hard being a model. You good?
Good?
Okay.
Okay. Oh. Oh, okay.
DeCicco and Sons in Larchmont is one of the nation's most energy efficient, cleanest, and greenest supermarkets. It incorporates solar panels, CO2 refrigeration, and LED lighting. The building also utilized reclaimed brick and wood in its design. Accepting this award on behalf of the supermarket is John DeCicco Jr.
Thank you very much for this award today. I just wanted to point out that when we did build our Larchmont store, that was the first green store that we ever built. And what we learned there, we've actually already duplicated 3 times over. We were the first ones, one of the first ones in the country to use a CFC-free refrigeration system, which has non-ozone depleting gas as our base refrigerant in the store. And we've also installed that system already in our Pelham location, in our Millwood location, and now in our soon-to-be Somers location, all have that technology already in use. We've also worked with Con Edison to reduce our electric use over 2.5 million kilowatts a year across all of our 7 stores. So it was a lot more than just Larchmont. It's basically everything we learned at Larchmont. We replicated already 7 times across all our stores and our stores in construction. So thank you very much for this award. It's really an honor. Next one to go.
Grayston Bakery in Yonkers bakes brownies for Ben & Jerry's ice cream, as well as retail products sold to Whole Foods, Delta Airlines, and various other retail chains. It's a New York State B Corporation, which commits its business to focusing on a triple bottom line of people, planet, and profit. A key initiative is recycling its brownie waste stream. During 2017, the bakery recycled 735,000 pounds, or 49 truckloads of brownie waste, working with Walenta Feed. The brownie waste was processed and used as animal feed. Accepting the award on behalf of Grayston Bakery is Vice President of Programs and Partnership, Joe Kenner, General Manager Rich Jamesley, and Account Manager Sunitha Maliakal.
It sounds like a lot of waste, but there's many happy pigs out there. Grayston is a social mission. For those of you who don't know, we employ the hard to employ, and as part of that, we became the first B Corp within New York State. So with that, our mission, our people, our purpose, but also our planet initiatives are extremely important to us. And this is one way that we utilize our waste. And at the same time, we make a lot of happy pigs. So on behalf of Grayston, thank you very much for acknowledging our efforts and all the support that the county does for us.
Two brothers, Tommy and Tim Gibb, are the co-founders of Title New York, based in New Rochelle. The company's developed a manufacturing process that produces flip-flops with almost zero waste. Part of the company's mission is the hiring of military veterans. Many vets have started in the factory with entry-level jobs and graduated to management. Accepting on behalf of Title New York is co-founder Tim Gibb.
You know, when my brother and I started this company, we came from the shoe business, and everybody said, you know, you could make a lot more money just making them in China. And we said, you're missing the whole point. It's not about making as much money as we possibly can. We believe in this thing called responsible capitalism. And what that means is not maximizing profits. What it means is developing models that sustain growth in a way that is responsible to the environment, responsible to our neighbors, our brothers, our sisters, our employees, and those who aren't yet born. And so with that in mind, we set out to retrofit our factory, LED lights, wind energy receipts is how we put our energy back into the grid. Our initiatives for 2019 include a new flip-flop that will be made of 5% ocean plastics. We will be eliminating single-use plastics from our factory, and we'll also have our eyes out on becoming a B Corp also, so we may be giving you a ring. So we're really happy to have found a home here. The people of Westchester County have been unbelievable to us, and we just want to say thank you, and we're happy to be here. Thanks again. You can do it all. Thank you.
Students from Fox Lane High School in Bedford earned a third-place finish at this year's Hudson Valley Regional Envirothon competition and were also Westchester County's highest-scoring team. The Hudson Valley Regional Envirothon, sponsored by the Westchester County Soil and Water Conservation District and the Department of Planning, incorporates school districts from 10 counties to compete in 5 different environmental topics. The Westchester County Soil and Water Conservation District and Department of Planning will co-sponsor the Fox Lane team with their participation in the New York State Envirothon. So for earning their third-place finish at the Envirothon, please welcome Fox Lane High School Envirothon Team 7. The student and team members are Serena Carr, Maggie Dunn, Christian Baquet, Sam Peterfreund, and Stephanie Giuliano. Also with them is teacher Paul Frisch.
Hi, thank you. I'm in awe today to be here with all of you to hear about your projects and all the work that you're doing. At Fox Lane High School, our work is the students. And you see some of the best students that we have at Fox Lane in front of you. The 5 of them are a joy to work with. They worked very hard all year to represent our school at the Envirothon competition, where we came in first place in Westchester County. We did go on to compete for the New York State Envirothon title, in which we placed 13th in the state. They're an amazing group. Make me so proud. They make the students, the other students, and the faculty at Fox Lane so proud. And we're just so honored to be here with you. So round of applause for them and everything that they mean for us and for our future Westchester County.
Suggestion, just get in front of the podium. Get in front of the podium.
Gotta look at Sam's mom, too.
Rye Country Day School places an emphasis on teaching sustainability and environmental awareness by encouraging students to become lifelong stewards of the planet. Students are educated about the need and purpose of environmental practices, and the school promotes individual and shared environmental responsibility. For a commitment to teaching sustainability and environmental awareness, this award goes to Rye Country Day School, and accepting our Sustainability Committee members, Clemmy Everett, Amanda Sacchi, and Maureen Irwin.
On behalf of everyone at Rye Country Day School, we really appreciate this honor and this award, and that you're taking the time and energy to honor not only us, but everybody else. So we can pass our congratulations along to everyone else. You guys are all amazing. Unfortunately, our sustainability director, Carrie Linderoth, is unable to be here because she's leading a trip to Iceland, teaching students about sustainability in Iceland. So we're trying to keep going green.
With founder Maggie Favretti retiring this spring, the Scarsdale High School garden enters a new season. Over the 10 years since Ms. Favretti and her first garden club broke ground, thousands of pounds of hand-grown organic food has found its way to local soup kitchens and food pantries. And new Sustainable Garden Project advisor Amanda Filley and the student leaders of the garden look forward to continuing that tradition. This award goes to Scarsdale High School, and accepting are Amanda Filley and Maggie Favretti.
I want to say thank you to our community of volunteers in Scarsdale who support the garden in the summer. I want to say thank you to our school district who has given us the land and the freedom to create. And I want to say thank you to the founding students who realized that every time we did a food drive, what ended up in it was really not very healthy food. And so they got out there and started digging. And that's pretty hard work, as any of you who actually farm or garden knows. And so the kids who are the most committed to the garden will spend 4 or more hours a week out there doing physical labor. But it's all predicated on the belief that people will advocate for and protect what they love. So the more we can get kids outside, the more we can get kids back to nature, the more likely that we can build a sustainable world. Thank you very much.
Let's step up a little bit further so we clear it out. We're getting good at this after all. Left. Thank you very much. Very happy.
4 students in Ossining High School's Science Research Program received special recognition at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair. Julia and Sabrina Picarillo-Stoser and Kiara Tavares were among the grand award winners in the Animal Sciences category for their research project on eastern redback salamanders. The team won a third-place award of $1,000. Madiha Zia was also a finalist at the Intel Awards for her biochemistry project. Accepting on behalf of, for her and her classmates, is Kiara Tavares.
Should I say something?
And Madiha Zia is also here.
Well, yeah, I'm part of a team with 2 other girls, and basically what we study is a fungus that's killing amphibians all over the world, and we basically look at how habitat conditions affect the eastern redback salamander, and it's actually the most common woodland salamander found in our area, making it like the best salamander to study for this. And with this, we hope to look at how they're protected from this fungus and how we could use it to apply to other amphibians, and look at how where they live can also be used to protect them and stop the amphibian decline.
So I did my project on Alzheimer's disease. So I was looking at the basic function and what exactly happens, which leads to the onset. And I found that this enzyme, when it cleaves this protein called APP, it actually produces amyloid beta. Now, amyloid beta is this plaque which prevents the neurons from effectively communicating, which is ultimately what Alzheimer's disease is. So what I found was this molecule that takes out the excess enzyme, which allows reduced amounts of amyloid beta buildup, which means that there's less chance or development of Alzheimer's disease.
I hope you were taking notes. That's on the final now. Let's move up. Let's move up so we don't have this. You girls are really smart. Pretty obvious to all of us. We're good? Congratulations.
Now I know I didn't major in science. For more than a decade, Groundwork Hudson Valley has been a dynamic force for change in distressed communities in Lower Hudson Valley. Groundwork works to make neglected neighborhoods more livable and sustainable through an array of on-the-ground environmental projects that directly involve local residents. The Science Barge, operated by Groundwork out of downtown Yonkers, is a prototype sustainable urban farm and environmental education center. Accepting this award on behalf of Groundwork Hudson Valley, Executive Director Bridget Griswold and Board Member Wendy Zimmerman.
Mary Jane? Congratulations officially. Hope you don't have a scientific analysis.
Very hard to follow these young women scientists, but I'll try. Groundwork Hudson Valley has been working in the Lower Hudson Valley for the past 20 years. We were founded through a partnership with the National Park Service and the Environmental Protection Agency to restore rivers and trails in the Lower Hudson Valley. So we work very closely with Mary Jane Shimke on the Sawmill River Restoration Project, Peter McCart at the county level, and we also are very invested in empowering the next generation of conservation leaders. So please come down to our Science Barge. We've had that project for the past 10 years, and we've just celebrated our 100,000th visitor to the Science Barge. And we work to employ young people in our parks, our city parks, county parks, state parks, and national parks. So thank you so much for this recognition and honor. We greatly appreciate it.
This way. Oh, yeah.
Great, great, thank you.
The Great Healthy Yard Project is an environmental, nonprofit organization working to improve and protect the quality of our drinking water in order to help our families lead healthier lives. They ask people to take a pledge to protect drinking water by not using synthetic pesticides, weed killers, and fertilizers on their yards and gardens, and also to not dispose of pharmaceuticals and chemicals down the drain. Accepting on behalf of the Great Healthy Yard Project, Dr. Diane Lewis, founder.
Thank you for this award. It's a big honor. I started the Great Healthy Yard Project with this book in 2014 because I found out that the most widespread source of pollution in our drinking water is, in fact, the chemicals that we put on our yards and gardens and pharmaceuticals we put down the drain, and how ridiculously easy it is not to do that and fix that. How often in life do you have the most important thing, your drinking water, our bodies are 60% water, that you can help fix, and it can take no extra time, no extra work, and no extra money. So there are a lot of people here that I've worked with on this, and Westchester's been a phenomenal project. Catherine Parker has reached out to everybody in Rye. I was at my friend Karen Thomas's house and saw your little mailer that went around to them, and her kids, the young adult kids, were really excited about that. Lee Roberts really got this launched with Bedford 2020 and the Westchester County legislators passed a resolution supporting this, and it's a national project where we've had people, everybody from the Baltimore Parks are pledged to, and many places all across the country. So as we look at the reservoirs, though, and the lakes and ponds in Westchester, hopefully we will redouble our resolve because most of them have blue-green algae. You heard about Alzheimer's a few minutes ago. Being exposed to blue-green algae increases your risk both of Alzheimer's and ALS. Yeah, it's really unhealthy, and we are seeing seas of it near us, and really the way to get rid of it, with climate change and increased density, there are more nutrients going into warmer water. We have to stop putting these chemicals into our yards and gardens and into our drinking water. Thank you.
You in the middle.
You gotta hand this to them, okay? You gotta get that. Stand up in a straight line over here, so.
Get the book out there, too. We need that book.
Move up.
And
You got
this
this
is
book.
why the climate
Right about it.
Bedford Garden is phenomenal.
You only got 19 more of these to go. Close the camera. Okay, over to the left. See my natural executive tendency. You are good. Excellent. We good? Great. Congratulations. Great job. Really good.
Inspired by repair cafes in other areas of the Hudson Valley, Repair Cafe Ossining offers free community events where people bring beloved but broken items and work together with repair coaches to fix them. Items include virtually anything from household appliances to clothing, toys, furniture, clocks, digital devices, and jewelry. With the help of the Green Ossining Committee, Repair Cafe holds events at the Ossining Community Center. Accepting this award on behalf of Repair Cafe Hudson Valley in Ossining, Coordinator Michelle Stone, Ossining Chairperson, Green Ossining Chairperson Susie Ross, Green Ossining Committee members April Chow, Joanne Stern, also Jude Brisson, Ken Skalski, Glenn Simonelli, Alyssa DeLucy, Virginia Benedict, Mustafa Abdallah, Keith Gordon, Elena Sabatini, and Janet Duffy.
Thank you so much. We're such a new volunteer organization. To be honored like this is really just very touching. Thank you so much. And to have so many of our volunteers come out today on a Tuesday afternoon, I'm so thrilled. He explained what Repair Cafe is very well. We've got inspired about a year and a half ago by New Paltz's Repair Cafe, and we've had 6 events in the last year and every other month, and we're just so pleased to be here. Thank you very much.
We're going to accept that award. We're going to move up and scrunch in.
Oh, hi.
Come around this.
I don't want to be in the front.
Go, now left.
Okay.
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 Last but not least. Hendrick Hudson Free Library has demonstrated itself as a leader in promoting sustainability. In 2016, it became the first library in Westchester to be certified as a green business. The library building has been transitioning to LED and has reduced kilowatt-hour usage by 30%. Ongoing programs include CFL collection, battery recycling, and composting. Accepting on behalf of Hendrick Hudson Free Library, Director Jill Davis and Business Manager Jenny Colasar.
Boy, that's like following my whole staff. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the staff at the Hendrick Hudson Free Library, we want to thank the county for recognizing our efforts. We actually have reduced our electric usage with our solar panels by just about 80%. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure those numbers were from when the whole system wasn't up. So we're very, very proud of that, and we're anxiously looking forward to our first maybe zero Con Ed bill. I don't know if that's, I don't think, you're always going to get that demand, yes. But I'd also like to say that one of the things that we are most proud of is that we get to start educating our very young through our seniors on the benefits of being environmentally conscious. We also, being the first library in the county to be Green Business certified, led the way in bringing the Green Business Partnership, which everybody can become a member of, to all the libraries in New York State. So we're happy to say to date about 40 libraries throughout New York State are now participating in the program. Libraries have a unique opportunity to be able to not only educate, but to prove by example, and that's what we try to do at the library. So thank you again.
Before we finish up, I just wanted to thank our sponsor, Fleetwood Deli, for providing refreshments and cookies. So please, everybody, help yourself. Congratulations once again to all the award winners, and thank you all so much for coming and making this event a success. And thank you for all you do to make the local environment in Westchester fantastic. Thank you.